Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be taking a look at some Forex trade ideas. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below in the description, and you should also see it pop up in the top corner right now. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform where we are having great discussions about all things to do with trading. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be taking a look at some Forex trade ideas. Before we do though, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 300 indicators, and out of those 300 indicators, 118 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 118 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, so today what we're going to take a look at is some trade ideas. But before we do that, I wanted to touch base a little bit on market analysis and what exactly market analysis is. Now, there might be, some of you out there who know exactly what market analysis is, and then there might be some of you who aren't too sure exactly what market analysis is or how exactly it works. Well, let's jump over to Investopedia here and just take a quick look at what market analysis is, kind of the definition of market analysis. Well, first of all, there is more than one type of market analysis. And so you have fundamental analysis, and then you have technical analysis. And then they added in a weekend analysis here, but I don't really consider that to be kind of a core analysis of a particular market. And so there is fundamental, and we'll start with that because that is kind of where you hear most of the people referring to as far as like long-term investing goes. And so fundamental analysis comes from looking at particular markets, especially in the regular stock market. You are looking at the company's fundamentals, their profit and loss statements, and basically how well they do as a company in general. And that will give you an idea of whether or not that company's stock is going to continue to go up and up and up, or if it's going to plummet and go down and continue to go down, down, and down. Now, in the Forex market, it can get a little bit tricky because fundamental analysis is rather challenging. So fundamental analysis in the Forex market has a lot to do with the kind of underlying currencies or the particular currencies kind of overall economic kind of situation and data, how their GDP and stuff like that is functioning, and employment rates and all kinds of stuff goes into factoring in kind of the price of the currency, which will kind of dictate where its strength compared to another currency. Then there's technical analysis, and technical analysis is basically where you get on a chart and you draw lines, you use indicators, you use systems and all kinds of other things to kind of plot off areas of support and resistance, or areas where you might anticipate a particular pair or a stock to do something, whether that's go up or go down or trade sideways or whatever. That is mostly what we concentrate on as technical analysis, and that's what basically, especially this channel, basically revolves around. Is the 300 indicators that we have tested revolve around that type of technical analysis. And so, again, that can refer to many things, and mostly what we test here, because it's kind of the most unbiased way, is testing things like indicators and trading systems that comprise of indicators. But there are many ways to do technical analysis, and as long as you can get to the same point and come up with a way of doing technical analysis that really is to your advantage, then it doesn't matter how you do the technical analysis. I've seen people do technical analysis in ways that just completely blow my mind, and I just can't wrap my head around it. And then there are other ways that seem really simple to me that other people may not really understand or can't really wrap their head around that. And so it really doesn't matter as long as it works in the end. Keep that in mind, that it's not about whether or not you can understand it. It's about whether or not the person who's using it can understand it. And so there are, like I said, trend lines. There's, areas of support and resistance, and so on. We won't go into that much here, because it can lead into a lot of different things. But you get like double bottoms, for example, right here in this area. You could consider that kind of a double bottom. We'll just kind of glance over a few of these different type areas. So like right here, you could consider this kind of like an area of interest. Looks like it bounced off here, came down, bounced off this once, tried to recover, bounced off it again, and then kind of took off, kind of in that direction. And then there's things like you could look for impulse moves. Like, for example, there is an impulse move that you can see that takes place right here. And then right after that impulse move down, that really crazy, you see these really big spikes or these really big long bars pushing down here. Then you can see that right here, price pulls back, and when it pulls back right into this kind of zone right here. And you can see that it hits that zone and glances off and comes down. Then it comes back up and hits that zone again, then pushes down really hard. And so you can see how it created an impulse leg, a push or a pull back into an area of resistance or support. And then it, if you were watching this area, if you watch this impulse move, then you can see this big red candle that took place right here. There's many different names for, the candlestick patterns, but a lot of people call this the railroad track. So you see two candles almost exactly the same distance apart, creating railroad tracks. And so it came up and then immediately reversed back down. That would have been a great entry into a short position, and you could have rode that down. Over here on this side, you see that it came up And the long wick on this up here, this definitely was showing you that it was running into the resistance to the upside, and then this big red candle right here, engulfing candle, came down. That would have been another great entry into a short position. And so things like that can be, technical analysis. And then again, there are tons and tons of indicators. We've tested hundreds of them here on the channel, and we found many that work very well. We found some that work, okay, but we found some that work really well, and some that I have incorporated into my trading ideas, some that many of the people on the channel have incorporated into their trading systems, and they work. That's why we test them. And so if you're interested in the full list and you don't want to go back and watch all the videos, by all means, join our Patreon, $9 Patreon. It gets you the full list of indicators that we have tested. Not only does it get you the full indicator list of all the indicators that we have tested, really, really good indicators in there, but you also get access to the Patreon only channel on our Discord server. Within that channel, the Patreon only channel, we have quite a few members on there. Two of our admins, Jay and Rob, and then we have one of the members, Sasquatch, who's just regular member, are posting regular trade ideas. And they're posting really, really good information. It's giving you an idea of the ideal market conditions that you should be looking for to enter into trades. And more specifically, if you're working on building a trading system, a trading strategy around indicators, you should be looking for those ideal market conditions to dial in your trading strategy to give you signals at those points. And so, again, they're putting out really, really great information. Jay alone, we've been tracking his signals, and he's been able to grow a small account rather significantly in just a few weeks. So let's take a look at a few of the most recent trade ideas that they have posted here in the Patreon only channel. Here's kind of a sneak peek into it right here. I'm going to click on this one. This one was posted by Sasquatch here, and you can see the timestamp here on it was April 11th, right around 11:37 a.m. And you can see here at the bottom, it was a 6-hour chart, and he said, watch this one for a possible long. Nice divergent setup, and he posted a chart showing, his technical analysis that he did here. Let's jump over to the chart and take a look at this and see what it was actually, what actually transpired with it. So if you look here on this green line here is the point in time that this took place. So you can see this little red, this big red candle here and this little red candle there. You can see those are these candles. And then almost immediately this started to make a move to the upside, and it made a really decent move that took place here. So if we map this out to its highest point, it hit around 260 pips. But realistically, you would have probably gotten out, you'd have probably been stopped out on this around, say 150 pips. And that's being really conservative with this. If you'd have kept a tight stop, you'd have probably been out at like 200 pips. So what does that get you? Well, let's take a look at it this way. There are many brokerages out there who will give you leverage on your account, which means that if you deposit, say, $1,000, they will give you 10 times, 20 times, 30 times leverage on that $1,000. So obviously you deposit $1,000 into an account and they give you 30 times leverage. That's going to be $30,000 that you have to trade with. Well, let's say that you took this one particular trade and you used your $30,000 buying power to take this trade. That might be a little excessive, but as long as your stop was in a really good spot, then you could very easily stay well within your risk tolerance. So let's say that you took that trade using your full buying power of $30,000, and let's say that you took 150 pips profit out of this. That'd be $288 in just one trade. One idea that was posted to our Patreon channel right there, that if you would have dialed in your trading system, to take this particular trade, you would have gained, $288 into your account. Now, that's almost 1/3 of the amount of your initial deposit that you've put into your account. That's some really powerful stuff right there. And if you're interested, this is what the paper trading aspect of TradingView looks like. It's very interesting. You just enter in your amount. You can do limit, you can do stop orders, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's really cool. So anyways, back to it here. And you can see down here, this is the trade value that you would have been taking with this amount, this quantity of trade. Let's jump over to a trade that Jay called out. So you see here, this is, excuse me, the Great Britain pound versus the Aussie dollar. You can see here it was April 19th at 9:52 a.m. Jay said wanting to short this one. Then goes on to give a little bit more of an explanation to it there. You can see here that he's drawn up this chart rather nicely, areas of interest. And if we jump over to the chart here, you can see that this big bar right here is right here on this big bar that took place. You can see the little ones forming right here. And if you would have jumped in on this one right after it gave this engulfing candle right here, so you see that there is this green candle right here. This candle right here, this red candle, is bigger than this green candle, meaning that is an engulfing candle right there. If you would have taken it off that signal right there, that would have given you to its farthest point down right at 137 pips. Now, it's very likely you'd have still been riding this one out at this point and probably wouldn't have been stopped out because there's really no recoil on this one yet, or pullback. So at 130 pips, same deal. Say you have 30 times leverage. You can see down here that you use your full buying power, or pretty close to anyway. At 130 pips, that's $211 right there. So between this trade I did and the other one posted by Sasquatch, you'd be in the neighborhood of $500 profit on a $1,000 deposit in just 1 week off of 2 trade ideas. They post numerous trade ideas almost every single day, giving market analysis on, the ideal market conditions to be taking trades. And so if you're really looking to excel your trading experience, to excel your trading knowledge, and to dial in your trading strategies, what I highly recommend is that you join our Patreon channel. It is super, super cheap. It is only $9 to join our Patreon to get access to this. And then you can, sit back and enjoy the wealth of information that our admins and the other members post in the Patreon channel. So there you have it. There is a brief overview of how market analysis works, some of the market analysis that you can use, and then, of course, our full list of indicators that give all kinds of market analysis. And if you don't want to go that route and do it on your own, which can be very difficult, then we can guide you on your way. If you just join our $9 Patreon, you will be well on your way to earning some really decent profits and being able to grow a small account very quickly. So there you have it. I'm going to end the video here now so that way it doesn't get too long, and we will move on to the next video from here. If you have not already, like this video, share this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. So that way you know what indicators we have tested and are testing. Also, there is a link down below to join our Discord server, which is a free group communication platform where we discuss all things trading related. There is also a link down below to TradingView, and if you use that link to TradingView to sign up for an account, you will save a little bit of money. And lastly, there is a link down below to sign up for Patreon. Please sign up for the Patreon and support the channel the best way you can.